Yeah. So, I mean, why are these sort of scandals centered around men? And
I would
why so many
say,
more
like,
men?
anecdotally, about 95% of the scandals are with the men, and 90% of them are about sex, and 10% everything else.
Yeah.
And everything else often is because the teacher is gay and not engaging with women in the community. I mean, it's like 90% sex and
Yeah.
10% everything else.
Yeah.
Lama Palden, who is a friend of mine, she's a long-term Tibetan Buddhist teacher and psychotherapist, and she's local. I've known her over many years, but she's older than me on the path, and I remember one time she said to me, I think it was just informally, but she said, like these scandals, these sex scandals, I'm not saying they're right. But she said, I just wish that women throughout the world who were starting to come on the spiritual path would just be given a piece of information. It is very likely that at some point in your spiritual studies, your guru is going to attempt to have sex with you and propose that. And you should just prepare yourself and look at it and decide whether you want to or not.
Wow. Yeah.
And I just love that. I was like, it's just so matter of fact.
Yeah.
And then there was another one I have a lot of female spiritual superheroes in my life.
Great.
And
Love it.
there's this one, Rabina Corton. I haven't seen her for years. No, was it her? No. It was Tenzin Palmo who wrote the book Cave in the Snow was written about her. She was one of the first students of Trungpa, and she went on to be one of the women who paved the way for women in the world to study Tibetan Buddhism in India and in the West. And she was one of the early students of Trungpa, and she said, like, when she was 20-something, Trungpa came onto her, and she was like, cut that out. I came to you for spiritual teachings and not for sex. Like, don't ever try that again. And he never tried it again, and they had a fruitful relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that
it's always going to be like that.
Yeah, or that women can't fall into it, and that there's not healing, and that the men aren't acting like assholes and playing on their vulnerabilities, but.
But what you're speaking to is really like self-responsibility.
Yeah, but she has to be learned too.
Totally.
I was
It's
trying
not
to
like you
take
just have that.
self-responsibility when I was in these shaman dens when I was 19 years old and getting felt up, but I was taking the amount of responsibility that was available to me developmentally.
Yeah.
But it's, I guess in life, it's like maybe we'll feel victimized for a while, but if we can somehow work with that and get to the golden lining, and it's a really tantric approach, but that's then it becomes learning. And